a global platform now that Caitlin will have coming into the professional ranks. So it's really a great time to be in basketball.
Caitlin Clark is clearly a catalyst for a business that was, and let's be honest, Caitlin to some degree financially saved the WNBA. It was hemorrhaging money for years.
To build, you have to scale, and ultimately expansion had always been on my list. But we didn't want to rush into it because we wanted new owners, like new ownership groups. Anyone who knows sports here knows, like, it's a slog to be a sports owner.
How do you stop your biggest star, Caitlin Clark, from jumping ship to a competitor? Just a few hours ago, the WNBA gave us their answer. The world is completely captivated by Caitlin Clark, a name that's become interchangeable with basketball greatness.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hey, what's up, Caitlin? Hey, Caitlin. Hey, Caitlin.
It's Caitlin Clark. Known for her fiery competitiveness and jaw-dropping shooting range, Caitlin Clark was expected to elevate the WNBA the moment she was drafted by the Indiana Fever.
Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
But if the latest rumors are true, Caitlin Clark might be eyeing a move overseas, tempted by the massive European contracts waiting for her. In response, the WNBA is reportedly ready to make a shocking counter-offer, a stake in team ownership. Clark's arrival was supposed to be a turning point for the Indiana Fever, and the league is doing everything it can to keep her rooted on American soil.
I actually looked up how much the tickets are going for. I kind of cut that price in half.
Sites like SeatGeek are charging hundreds and thousands for a seat at Carver Hawkeye. She says the attention for the sport has grown a lot in the 15 years she's been a super fan.
The WNBA viewed Caitlin Clark as their ultimate game changer. After a legendary college run that shattered attendance records and drew millions of viewers, she became the league's most hyped rookie in years. Her presence alone packed arenas, spiked TV ratings, and brought a level of buzz the WNBA had never seen. For the Indiana Fever, a team that had struggled with both wins and ticket sales, drafting Clark was supposed to be the spark that changed everything.
Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history.
Clarkonomics, my friend.
Many believe Caitlin Clark had the power to single-handedly transform the Indiana Fever, and they weren't wrong. Her ability to draw massive crowds wasn't just hype from her college days. In her rookie season, Clark's games quickly became must-see TV, producing some of the most-watched matchups in women's basketball history. Attendance for Indiana Fever games nearly quadrupled, and her impact helped fuel one of the best TV rating seasons the WNBA has ever seen.
More and more people, and it's getting bigger, it's getting louder, and it's a very fun environment to be in.
To the WNBA, Caitlin Clark wasn't just another athlete. She was a beacon of what the league's future could become.
Caitlin Clark is clearly a catalyst for a business that was, and let's be honest, Caitlin to some degree financially saved the WNBA. It was hemorrhaging money for years.
Even though Caitlin Clark's WNBA debut made headlines and broke records, the attention didn't stop there. European clubs have started circling, throwing out lucrative offers that promise financial security. Europe has long been a destination for top-tier WNBA talent, offering bigger paychecks and fierce competition. Stars like Diana Taurasi and Brianna Stewart have openly shared how playing overseas helped them achieve financial stability in ways the WNBA couldn't.
Like there's that 4-year period where you need to grow as a person, but then the NIL comes into play. Oh, we keep walking right back into that.
With the WNBA unable to compete financially, Clark began seriously considering a move overseas. The salary gap was too big to ignore. European teams dangled contracts that far surpassed what the WNBA could offer, making it clear that heading across the Atlantic might be the smarter financial play for players looking to maximize their earning potential.
500,000, $1 million off your NIL? Are you staying?
When it comes to Caitlin Clark, Europe isn't just offering a bigger paycheck, it's offering global exposure and long-term financial security. Multiple top-tier European teams are reportedly throwing around multi-million-dollar deals, making it hard to ignore. Faced with that kind of money and international opportunity, Clark had a tough decision to make. Stay in the WNBA for less pay or head overseas and cash in. In a historic and bold move, the WNBA responded by offering Clark an ownership stake in the Indiana Fever, a gesture almost unheard of in women's sports. Ownership shares are usually reserved for retired legends or business moguls, not rookies. Think about it. Michael Jordan didn't get a piece of the Hornets until long after his playing days. Yet here's Caitlin Clark being handed a slice of the franchise before her first WNBA season even hits full stride. It's a clear signal from both the WNBA and the Fever ownership that Clark isn't just a star. She's a cornerstone, a long-term investment, someone they believe can help shape the future of women's basketball both on and off the court. And if she stays, she won't just be suiting up, she'll have a voice in the team's financial decisions and future direction. Over the past 5 years, the value of sports franchises has skyrocketed thanks to booming media deals, rising global fan engagement, and surging sponsorship interest. The WNBA's growth is riding that wave, and Clark, without question, is at the center of it all. Major leagues like the NBA, NFL, and top European football clubs are leading the charge in franchise growth, but they're not alone. Even leagues like the WNBA are starting to see major spikes in value. Over the past 5 years, team valuations in MLB and the NHL have also surged, with NFL franchises jumping more than 40% in worth. Now, the WNBA is positioning itself as the next league with massive potential to follow that same trajectory. Just look at this season alone, the Indiana Fever's valuation skyrocketed to over $90 million, marking nearly 40% growth in a single year. That jump didn't happen by accident. A new media rights deal played a role, but let's be real, it's mostly thanks to Caitlin Clark's impact. Oh, put it in perspective, MLB team values have gone up by more than 42%, and NHL teams have seen over 50% growth. The WNBA, with all eyes on it and a star like Clark at the forefront, might just be next in line for a financial breakout.
Wnba has seen record-breaking numbers this season in viewership, ticket sales, merch sales, and just overall growth.
And this might just be the beginning. With her new ownership stake, Caitlin Clark isn't just playing the game, she's building generational wealth. This move could eventually make her the first female basketball player to join the billionaire club. If that happens, she'd stand shoulder to shoulder with icons like Serena Williams, women who didn't just dominate their sport, but turned their influence into massive financial empires. Even during her college days, Clark made it clear she was thinking bigger than basketball. She's always talked about growing the game and making an impact far beyond the court, and now she's on the path to do just that.
Half-day viewership, which is up 400% to 40%. Between ticket sales, which is up 93% to 16%. Between regular game viewership, which is up 180% to 20%. What Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially.
Nobody's offering me that kind of influence in any other league, she said. And she's right. This ownership stake gives Caitlin Clark something rare in pro sports. Real power. Not just over how she plays, but how a team operates. It's a seat at the table, a voice in the room, and that influence could reshape not only the Indiana Fever, but the entire WNBA. Clark isn't just seen as a rising star, she's viewed as a transformational figure, someone who could push the league to new heights. Letting her walk away to Europe wouldn't just hurt the Fever, it would be a massive missed opportunity for the WNBA to grow its audience and cement its place in the sports world.
Nitpicking every single thing I do, and I know I want to help this franchise get even better, help my teammates get even better, be better for my teammates, and I know there's a lot of room for...
The WNBA is eyeing bigger sponsorships and a stronger global presence, and Caitlin Clark could be the key to unlocking both. In a league where TV ratings have historically struggled, Clark's arrival has already sparked a surge in viewership, unlike anything the WNBA has seen before. Her long-term presence could be crucial to the league's continued growth. People don't give me advice. I wish they did, Clark once admitted. But in professional sports, ownership is more than just money. It's about having a seat at the table. It's about influence, legacy, and shaping the direction of the game. Giving Clark an ownership stake goes far beyond simply keeping a star player stateside. It signals a bet on the league's future, one where young stars don't just play the game, but help lead it. But not everyone is cheering. Veterans like Aja Wilson, who've dedicated years to building both their game and their brand within the league, might see this bold move as a slight. After all, Clark is still a rookie, and yet she's being handed what many would call the ultimate status symbol. To Wilson and others who've put in the work for years, this shift might feel like the start of a new league dynamic, where the spotlight tilts heavily toward rising stars and their endorsement deals, leaving seasoned players to wonder if the value of their grind is being overshadowed.
Not following after Caitlin Clark's been eliminated, and they're not into the league because they're conditioned by the league and the...
Clark's groundbreaking offer could open the door for future players to expect similar treatment, something that might leave veteran stars feeling overlooked or undervalued. As the spotlight shifts to rising talents, those who've spent years building the league may start to feel like their efforts are being eclipsed. This kind of deal puts Clark in a unique position within the WNBA, not just as a player, but as someone with long-term financial security and influence over team operations. For someone like Aja Wilson, who's earned her stripes through years of hard work and consistent excellence, watching a rookie receive that level of opportunity could spark tension. It's not just about money, it signals a shift in how the league values its stars. Clark's marketability and youth are clearly being prioritized, and that could create a divide between the league's seasoned veterans and its emerging icons.
Final WNBA playoff game, 2.5 billion viewers.
Appreciate you. And I think that what she has done for women's basketball, especially in this country, has been phenomenal. There is no woman, no matter how great you were as a player, Cheryl Swoop.
Ultimately, the offer of an ownership stake represents the WNBA's boldest move yet to retain its most valuable star and embrace Caitlin Clark's skyrocketing influence. While the decision speaks volumes about her impact on the league's future, it's understandable that veterans like Aja Wilson might view it with a mix of frustration and envy.
Her playing basketball right now is a miracle. Some of the fans that were unhappy with her one play, a defensive play, called for that same tumor.
This moment marks a major turning point in the WNBA, a clear shift in how the league treats its rising stars versus its established veterans. Even the most decorated champions might not receive the same opportunities as media-driven newcomers. All eyes are now locked on Caitlin Clark. Will she accept this groundbreaking offer and become a part owner of the Indiana Fever? Or will she, like so many before her, head overseas in search of immediate financial gain? Whatever she chooses, this historic proposal is bound to send shockwaves through the league and could spark growing tension among some of the WNBA's biggest names. The game just got real.
Stay ahead of that, try and tamp it down or act as a league when two of your most visible players are involved, not personally, it would seem, but their fan bases are involved.
For Caitlin Clark, this isn't just a career decision. It's a moment that could reshape the future of women's basketball. It's about more than points and trophies. It's about the legacy she chooses to create. If she stays, Clark becomes a pioneer, the first player in WNBA history to also hold ownership in a franchise. But if she heads to Europe, it could spark serious doubts about the league's ability to keep its brightest stars on American soil. Either way, Caitlin Clark now holds the keys to the WNBA's future. What do you think? Will she take the ownership deal and commit to the league, or chase bigger money overseas? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss an update.